a decision that changes everything. The scenario seemed clear, but now it has turned into a minefield of strategy, money, and legacy. And those who thought the draft was the right destination may have to reconsider their predictions. Like, comment, and subscribe, because the drama is just beginning. The University of Texas is undergoing a historic transformation. The entry into the SEC was already a game-changer in itself, but what is happening now transcends the field. The football program is positioning itself as one of the most powerful and expensive in the country. The Longhorns are aiming for the top with concrete actions, heavy investment through the transfer portal, roster enhancements, and the prospect of a college payroll nearing $40 million. The intention is clear: to build a high-level competitive machine to dominate the new conference, and above all, to retain their talents for longer. And it is in this context that the most prominent name at the university today emerges: Arch Manning. The quarterback, heir to one of the most respected families in American football history, had his future immediately called into question after journalist Kirk Bohls of the Houston Chronicle revealed that Texas is prepared to spend up to $40 million on the roster for the next season. This amount includes both direct transfers via the Texas One Fund and commercial agreements with companies. And the detail is that Arch Manning, according to the same source, is the highest paid player on the roster, even without receiving a dime from the university. All his earnings come from external agreements, which protects the program from any accusations of me and showcases the Manning family's ability to negotiate. This, combined with the family tradition of not leaving college early and the assessment that the NFL is no longer the best environment for developing young quarterbacks, has drastically reduced Arch's chances of entering the 2026 draft. Let's be frank, Arch Manning doesn't need to leave college to make money. He's already making a lot. Moreover, the college landscape offers him three advantages that the NFL does not guarantee today: time, protection, and narrative control. While many young quarterbacks enter the league and get lost on disorganized teams with pressured coaches and weak offensive lines, Arch has at his disposal a tailor-made roster, a program willing to invest talent around him, and a coaching staff that values him without rush. Quinn Ewers, who could have stayed another year and made a fortune, chose to leave, not due to a lack of money, but because being a valued former Longhorn in the corporate market brings long-term returns. And this assessment holds even more weight for a Manning. Eli has said he would have stayed another year if he could. Peyton stayed 4, and Arch, with more resources and structure than both of them, could very well follow the same path, not out of insecurity, but because leaving now would be wasting an ideal situation. So, what lies ahead? Not entering the 2026 draft suggests at least 2 more years of Arch in Austin. Enough time to dominate the SEC, win a national title, and above all, build a legacy that goes far beyond numbers. Arch could become the greatest college quarterback of his generation without even touching the NFL before 2027. And when he gets there, he will arrive mature, with experience, with control over his brand, and most importantly, without having been exposed too early. For Texas, the impact is monumental. Recruitment rises to new heights, sponsors continue to invest, and the program solidifies itself as an absolute powerhouse amid the new configuration of college football. For the NFL, it's a warning. The cycle has changed. The top talents are no longer forced to leave early, and teams like the Rams, who have already shown interest, will have to wait or move forward with names like LaNorris Sellers, who is already gaining traction and appears as an immediate alternative plan. The game has changed, and Arch, with patience and planning, is leading this new era. The exit to the draft no longer seems to be a priority. And you, fan, would you hold on for 2 more years or bet on turning pro right away? Comment, like, and subscribe, because the future of college football is changing right before our eyes.